In today's video, we're going to review Hard Rock Hotel here in Orlando. We're in our room now, we're checking out the day. As always, when we review hotels and resorts, we want to show it to you after housekeeping has been in and tidied everything up, and obviously as we use it because it's the most practical way to show you what it's really like. We're going to talk about the location, the amenities, the service, the cost, and the convenience of this location. So let's start with location. We've only obviously stayed at Hard Rock Hotel within the partners of Universal Orlando, but based on our experience, this is definitely the best location for Universal Studios. Why? They have a few partner resorts. Based on what we saw, there is another one called Low something, and then another one like a beach style, but this is the closest. You can literally walk from the hotel to Universal Studios in just a couple of minutes, or you can also catch the ferry that is provided if you are staying in the property. And when I say walking distance from the parks, it is also walking distance from City Walk, which is their hub of all American food shopping. Well, this is basically their Disney Springs here at Universal Studios. And if you're Filipino and you want to go to Jollibee, Disney is an hour away from it, but this is only half an hour away from it. So you're halfway through it, which means it's also closer to town than Disney, but everything is still relatively far away. You're still traveling a fair bit of 20, 25, 30, 35 to 40 minutes. So you definitely want to stay in the property, in and around the property, and that is what theme parks do because they are built away from town because they need a lot of land space, ergo away from the CBD. Before I show you the room, I want to talk about the amenities at this resort. It is only a 4-star hotel, but it definitely charges like a 5-star. I think what they really miss in property is the spa. That's why they're only a 4-star, but don't quote me on that. But they definitely have a massive pool, which is about 3 feet to 4 feet and 6 inches. Unlike the Disney's Contemporary Resort, which you can watch here if you want to. Their pools are basically 3 feet, and then they have a more adult, smaller, round dipping pool that is about 4 or 5 feet, I think it was, which is definitely not good for laps. This one is not really an exercise pool as well. It's really more for lounging. It's open from 9 a.m. to roughly about 9 or 10 p.m. I think, and they would have a DJ playing from 3 to 4 p.m. But that's where all the children are out, and that is the hottest part of the day, so we don't really want to go out during that time, but we've experienced it upon opening. As you can see, I am on my own here swimming, and it's definitely some good fun, and there are plenty of lifeguards around. They also have like a spa, which is adults only, but we didn't try that one. You can play beach volleyball as well. It has a slide, it has a beach club, and plenty of cabanas and seats for you to relax in when you're trying to take a break from the theme parks. They also have a gym and plenty of restaurants. We didn't go to the gym as always because I knew we weren't gonna work out during our stay here at Orlando because we'll be walking 20,000+ steps every day. They also have a lot of quirky things in the hotel because it is Hard Rock. The theme is music. You'll see a lot of artwork of artists like Bruno Mars, Taylor Swift, Elvis. In fact, they even have memorabilia around like his pajamas, which is at the lobby. And of course, there's Hard Rock Cafe as well, right at City Walk, which is only a couple of minutes away. The service is pretty good. They definitely act more like a hotel than that of Disney. Check-in and check-out process is very easy, but I would say probably easier at Disney. For check-in process, it's usual, and we've got a Filipino at the reception. Her name is Cheska. She was very helpful and very nice. Thank you so much. And then checking out can be done via your phone, via text, or via phone. You don't have to go to reception anymore. And if you need anything, all you have to do is SMS them as well. Even if I had the Aussie number, that was fine. They had a number which texted me, and every time we needed something, we would just text them in there and they would action it straight away. Even an extension for a late checkout, which they've given us 1 hour. So instead of 11, 12 p.m. complimentary. But if we wanted 2 o'clock actually, but they were charging $200 for it. Now it's time to see the room. That's what you came here for. We are staying at a standard 2-queen room Again, very similar layout and a massive property as well, just like Disney's Contemporary. So it's, you got to loop and loop and loop. We are on level 6. I believe there are only 7 levels in this resort. Level 7 is their Rock Your VIP level. We are on 6 because I requested for a high level flow. This is the entry. I have to say, it is a bit dated, just like Disney's Contemporary. I believe a lot of resorts here are like that unless it's newly built, because they were here when it all opened up. And as you get in through the door, as always, you'll have the wardrobe on the left. They do not have as many coat hangers as Disney's Contemporary Resort, but they have enough. They have an ironing board, extra pillows, and the luggage stand. Definitely not enough. That is all they have. Everything else will have to be on the floor. And the bad thing about those ones, it can only really fit a hand carry size, so a cabin size, so it's not really the best. And you've got your fridge and your bar in here. There's no food as well, just like in Disney's Contemporary, which you can purchase. They have water, but we bought ours and had it delivered via Uber Eats as always. The fridge is relatively empty, pretty basic in there as well. And then I'm gonna move here. On to your right is the toilet. I feel like it was renovated as this is the shower, and I'm not knocking Wade. Wade's having a shower, you don't want to see that. So they have a shower, which is a bathtub and a shower. And then it's got that curtain cover, which we really don't like. We don't like it when the shower is in the tub, but it is what it is. It's a very small one, and you've got your railings, and then you got your toilet. There's no bidet, and then you've got a tiny sink, and that's why we thought maybe back in the day that was the whole toilet, and this whole vanity area in here was part of the room, but they've made changes now because obviously that is too tiny without any storage as well. But now they have this plenty of storage, tabletop storage, that is, big mirror, and they have all this rock spa. So if you do want to go to a spa, which we wanted to do today, but not enough time, we're prioritizing Jollibee, thanks to me, and I love Wade for that. They all have this brand right here. So again, not like a 5-star hotel where you have everything and anything that you need, but I'm sure you can ask for. In fact, when we got here, there weren't any shampoo, conditioner, and body wash, and we had to ask for that. Switch is pretty smart because it lights up when you turn it off. So during the night, you can easily see what to turn on. It's got really quirky, this is like drumsticks. So really quirky details, which I'll show you throughout the room. So here we are, it is a 2-queen bed. I find that, well, I learned as I traveled here in the United States, and this might be true globally, let me know if you work in the industry, this is the most common room. A 2-queen is the most common room, and actually the cheapest as well, because they have volume. They have a lot of quantity on that because most customers prefer this room, and I can see why. Big groups, family, but Wade and I obviously don't have kids, so always prefer the king, and they do come in. It is a nice bed. Pillows are bad. I don't know. Pillows here in Orlando have been very thin. I do not like them. But I'd still say it is better than Disney, but still not good. Check out this quirky mirror. That is the full-length mirror here, which is not really full length because, as you can see, it cuts off the body from the bed. But what's really cool about it is you can see some of the most popular artists and what their heights are. It's really cool detail, I have to admit. Then you've got the TV here. It's not as big as the one in Disney, and it's not wall mounted, so it takes up a lot of space, but that's okay because it's actually on top of more cupboard space, which we never really use because I am paranoid that I will forget something. So we never use those cupboards. We just use the closet. We actually didn't mind having 2 beds now because we've been using this one as our dirty bed, so straight from the theme park. When we don't feel like showering just yet, we lie down here, and then once we've showered and cleaned up, we move to our night bed. There's like some sort of study desk in here, so 2-seater and plenty of power points as well. The USB charger is very slow though, and as you can see, it's quite dated, and it's not the international plug. And then there are 2 chairs and a small dining table here, which Wade and I have used. Again, we ordered in dinner and can't be bothered to leave the hotel at night. Number one, because there's basketball, and just because we were so tired. Everything is a bit far, so we get stuck in here. It's a lot of peace signs, cushions all around. I want to show you the view. I am going in a little bit dark here, but we have a view of the parking lot. But also the theme park. So that is the Rockin' Rocket roller coaster, which is in the Universal Studios, and that's how close we are. Now, what is the price to pay to be that close to the park? I'm checking on Google right now. For roughly around August, it's costing about $740 a night. What I'm not sure though, if that's showing me AUD or USD, but I'm going to show you anyway how much we paid for this room. And I want to remind you though that this is a package. It's a 3-day park-to-park package and the hotel, which probably you will do. The only reason you would be staying here, well, at least I can imagine, is if you are going to Universal Studios. So we booked this around January 26, on January 26, so Feb, March, April. So roughly 3 months, a little over 3 months ahead of our trip. We booked Disney way earlier than we did Universal. So for a standard 2-queen room, 2 adults, 3 nights and 4 days, we paid $2,574.39. That is USD. So that is $1,287.20 roughly USD per person. 3-day park-to-park ticket. What are the 3 parks? Universal Studios, Islands of Adventure, and Volcano Bay. We did not go to Volcano Bay. We only went to the first 2 because that's what we really came here for. And we also paid for, I bundled a Leaky Cauldron breakfast, which is 25 USD per person, which just really acts like a cash. It's just really more of a booking. What are the perks that came with that? A couple that I really thought that made my life easier going into a theme park, unlike Disney, which just needed a full-on master's degree to navigate all of it, is you get free unlimited express lane. That means you can queue up in the express lane multiple times for every ride. There are some rides that are not included in that, but for the most part, they were all included. Hagrid's motorbike one isn't. You have early access as well if you stay here an hour, not just 30 minutes like in Disney. You get an hour, so that is significant. I have to tell you though, we were here on a Sunday and a Monday. On that Sunday, even when we got the early access, the queue for the Hagrid's motorbike were up to 110, 120, 150 minutes the moment we got there. However, on the Monday, throughout the day, it was hovering around 75 minutes, which should be way manageable because usually that's not really how long it takes. I found the Universal Express really handy. We didn't even have to worry about early access on day 2 after we've experienced on day 1, Sunday, the busiest, because you can easily go through these. It drops off your wait time about 70 to 80%. So it's really worth the money, and they sell that separately as well if you want. But I think it's over $200, $220 to $250 per person, which if you are a big family, that would add up. If you like to shop like I did, they would deliver your shopping from their shop to your hotel, no worries. They do say it will be delivered the next day, but for us on a Sunday, it got delivered the same day. We were in the park, we got home, and it was already in here, so that was perfect. You get free transport as well. That would be the ferry, but if you're staying here, you can walk. But if you're staying at their other properties, that's definitely worth it. You get priority seating and whatnot. We didn't really experience that or felt the benefit of that. Those are really the main perks that you would really care about. I hope you found that helpful. That was a quick tour. Is it worth the money? I would say yes. Yes, in a sense that express definitely made everything a breeze. Like I didn't have to stress. We've seen parents, we've seen a lot of people fighting, parents fighting, couples fighting at Disney, because it's such a stressful thing when it's supposed to be a happy thing, especially with the family. But that takes the stress all away. You don't have to be rushing. It is so convenient. And if you are a family, then that makes it even more worth it. If you've stayed in the property and around here, let us know which one's your favorite, or when are you going to Universal. Hope you found that helpful. You should check out our Disney's Contemporary Resort review as well, because you are most likely going there too. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.